Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to TAN TV, the African American Network. We have a local flow, local godly, a local field with global reach. I'm T Rex, and the ladies are not here today. Denise is doing something, and my heart still goes out to Marie. She lost her mom, so if you know her, please give her a shout out and tell her that you care. Today, we're going to talk about expectations of when you dating somebody and what you're gonna get married about. So it's gonna be a little one-sided. So if you're watching, please let me know that you can come on and help me out. I'm trying to work two machines at 3 times, so give me a little break. Hold on a second. I'm trying to go to home and see if I can see myself. Anyway. There's a Roku TV. There we go. I see me now. Okay. So now I'm on the Facebook Live. We can talk. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I want to say one thing. Expectations should be something that you discuss at the beginning of the relationship. Then, as the relationship continues, your butt should be saying, hey, we're going to make a change to this. We're going to make a change to that. So that if the relationship continues to go a little farther, you have an understanding. If you get married and so forth, you have that understanding. I don't think it's that simple, but it sounds very simple. So I'm basically going to talk about a lot of expectations. First expectation is cheating. Now, ladies, I'm going to let y'all know something, and I'm pretty sure y'all going to, if you're there, you're going to chime in and eat me alive. But I want you to know that there's a difference in cheating and men cheating. Now, I know you're saying, well, it's not a big difference, but yes, it is. It's a big difference. The big difference is because you're supposed to be an upright, standing citizen, and men, we're just pigs, so we can do stuff like that. But, women, y'all think you can do it. And I wish that you wouldn't, but I can't make you stop. So all I can say is, stay strong and try to be right. Men, dog, y'all need to quit. Just telling you from my OG that's did all that crap, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. So do not, and I repeat, do not take it lightly when you get into a serious relationship, because most times you're the reason why it fails, not her. Just calling like it is, bro. Just calling like it is. And sometimes they get a little sidetracked and don't want to do it. They get mad at you. But I don't know, man. That's what happens. That's what happens. So my whole thing take on the whole thing is just calm down on expectations of relationships. So when you have a talk, what do you talk about? Well, you know me. I always like to talk finance before romance. So you need to find out a couple of things about a woman. You need to find out, if she's working, if she has kids, because that's all have that expectation built into it. But let's go to a little different relationship. Let's leave the man and the woman alone till we get a lady come on and give me some kind of concept. Let's talk about, fellas, what you expect from your boys. It's kind of rough when you sit here and you think back on life and see how everybody, all your boys, they come around, then all of a sudden they stop. And you have to wonder, I wonder why they stop. Well, that's because, I've been stabbed twice by 2 of my frat brothers, One is named Zach, and the other one's name is can't think of his name now. He's in Kentucky, I think. Morgan. Not gonna say their last name, but you know who I'm talking about. These cats sneak around and try to hook up with your ex-wives or your wife at the current time. They go back, and these kind of guys go back and tell their friends, which in turns they're your friends or frat brothers, and you can't decipher it. So everybody stays away because they're afraid. The bottom line is, fellas, it's really rough to do when you do your you got something to look at, and you can't figure it out because you're upset. You're upset, and you shouldn't be upset, but you are. So now you're up there trying to get some props off your boy, and you shouldn't. I'm telling you right now, man, don't ever think that if you are in a relationship with another man as a friend or as a fraternity brother and you do him wrong, he ain't gonna come back. He might not come back the way you think he's gonna come back. Most of y'all think men are gonna get all right, get bold, and want to fight and argue about it. That's old school. We don't do that no more. What we do is wait till we catch you in a situation where you and your significant other can't run, and you just politely say, hey man, don't worry about what you did to me. It's all good, and step away. Then let the wife deal with that. That's what's going to happen because, I don't want people always think that I'm soft and going to get away with some shit. So, yeah, I'm coming for you. Just wait for that right time, man. Wait for that right time. When I catch you out there, I'm going to burn you. That's how you do it, fellas. Hey, how you doing? Somebody's already talking to me. How you doing? So that's what I think. But I'm going to tell you the truth. That's it. Yeah, I'm rolling solo this week. Well, the niece had something to do. And Marie's, I don't know if y'all heard me earlier, Marie's, she lost her mom. And that's, as somebody who lost their mom and both their parents, all their parents, is that it's not kind of easy to do. So my love's out for her, and I want her to understand it. She's missed, and that's all we can do. So, yeah, but I'm rolling this week. Help me out this conversation on expectations in a relationship. I was just talking about fellas. If you take that bond seriously when you pledge or whatever, you shouldn't do that kind of stuff. But I think they sometimes they try to roll the brother down, make you feel like I got one on you. No, you don't. I already knew. I just don't worry about it. That's right. The expectation. I don't worry about it. I don't worry about small shit. Shit, roll off myself. There you go. I got them big old shoulders. I can handle it. So I don't want y'all to think all that. But to the good fellas out there, man, don't do that. If you're young, don't do that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it for you to go out there and ruin a relationship with your boy because this girl, made an approach to you. That's not right. That's not right. And I'm just saying it to be true. So I'm leave it at that and roll on. Relationships between men. What do you expect from a brother? I expect any man as my friend to be honest with me. If you roll in the cut with me, then you know how I feel. You need to tell me, hey, you messed up. You can't do that. You can't do this. But sometimes they don't. They just say, oh, don't worry about it. And you should worry about it because you shouldn't do those things. I wish hindsight 50-50, somebody would pull my butt aside back in my day and told me to slow down. But, age and growing old makes you slow down. But, man, just don't be cheating. When you talk to your woman from a man's side of you, I think the first thing you should talk about really is getting to know her and asking her questions that will help you understand her better. I.e., she could be a single parent. She can work 2 jobs. So if you know all this, her availability is not going to be there. That's your expectations on that relationship. Don't be like, oh my God, she hasn't called me back, man. She might be changing diapers, working 2 shifts. You need to know that kind of stuff because, women out there, them ladies getting they stuff to roll. They got to make that money. They making that money, I'm telling you. So that's it. But I think the biggest thing between you and your woman is your expectations when you sit down and start talking about future. As you know, I married Jennifer not too long ago, so I had to sit down and figure it out. And we had a conversation, and I told her what I wasn't going to do, not what I am going to do, what I wasn't going to do, and that's it. I think women come into many expectations, so it causes problems. That is true. That is true, and I gotta apply. I think women read into them more than what causes a problem. You know, women want you to be everything they want, but they don't have to do everything. Not everything you need them to do, but they want you to be everything they need you to do for them, and that's what causes the problem. And I agree. And so it's man, I don't understand. I wish one of the ladies would say, "Oh, one of you ladies come on and tell me." I got all my little things on. I'm trying to watch it on YouTube too, but my thing keeps cutting off. But I just want you guys to know that it's hard to make that thing right because it is. It ain't easy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So tonight is a one-way game tonight. I see. That's right. One way. One way. You know. So if you're going to come hard, come hard. If you're not going to come hard, stay at home. Don't say nothing. I'm in the mood tonight to really talk real talk, you know, because they was cussing on regular TV. You know, Trump can cuss now, so everybody cussing on TV. No, I ain't gonna cuss, man. I might say some little four-letter words, but it ain't no big ones. But yeah, you know, just women, I think you should calm down. I mean, from a man's point of view, because we just want to know what you expect from us, and then we'll tell you what we expect from you. But obviously, your expectations for your man is more critical than his expectations for you. So you can do what you want, but you expect him to do all the things that he said he was going to do every time. And you can do what you want to do because you're a woman, you don't feel good. I don't like that. I didn't say that. Yeah, you did. You know you did. So when you sit down and do your expectations, take notes, you know, get legal advice. No, I'm just playing. If you got a lot of money, your ass better get legal advice or you'll be broke. But ex Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp was like, oh, baby, we gonna chill for a minute. I think it was either 40 or 50 million for a little booty call. Come on, y'all. You know, but so if you got that kind of cheese, man, or lady, you need to slow down and make sure you get somebody that's gonna do the right thing for you because it's hard. It's hard out there. It's hard. Like they say, it's hard out there to be a pimp. You know that song? I forgot it was on that movie with Terrence Howard. Yeah, I like that movie. I forgot the name of it though. But that's what happens, man, and you just got to deal with it. So don't freak out. Don't freak out. Don't be this, that. Understand that that's it. You know, that's it. I'm trying to figure out why this thing ain't. There we go. And that's it. I wish there was a woman come on so she could tell me her side of the story. So we just gonna get a one-way story. Let the lady speak up, fellas. When you talk to your lady, do you really tell her what you want to know, what you think she needs to know? Do you tell her, oh my God, I love you, but I can't do all those things because that's what we should do. That's what we should do. So you tell her, baby, I can't do that. You know, if you're not in a serious relationship with her, let her know. Then her expectations aren't high. Uh-oh. Miss Angela showed up. She says, Wild Hog Purple. Okay, hold on. I got to screw my screen over a little bit so I can get in here. Oh, hold on a minute, you know. Oh, there we go. There you go. Hold on. I'm going to read what Miss Angela said. I'll get right back to you. Good evening, cooking wild hog, purple hog peas, rice, mustard greens, and jalapenos, and hot water cornbread. Somebody gonna be eating really good tonight. Then somebody said you should sit down and discuss expectations the way you can be off to a great start. That is true. That's the biggest thing. That's why you have these conversations so you know where you stand and where you stand. Now, this is not something you have on a first date. Maybe not even until you decided you're gonna, be a one-on-one relationship. Because if it's not a one-on-one relationship, you really don't need it. But if it is a one-on-one relationship, you need it, and that's it. So that is good. It should be. You should sit down, talk about it, and maybe try to figure out what the hell y'all gonna do. Because if you don't know what you're gonna do, then it just gets uglier and uglier and uglier, and it ain't gonna get no better. It doesn't get any better than that. So I just tell you, that's how you have to do it. Hold on, I'm still trying to get my doggone stuff to work here. Oh, that ain't you put in the doggone show, you get 4 or 5 different things. Anyway, I'll go back to it in a minute. But that's what you should be doing. Commercial. Here we go. Let's do the commercial. Let's talk about Phil looked pretty sharp in that suit, man. I got to give it to him. He did look pretty sharp. But all I can tell you about discussions and expectation, women, I think your expectation is a little higher than the man's expectations. You know, we just expect loyalty and honesty and sex. Let's just be honest. Y'all want everything. Y'all want him to be courteous to your friends, be more protective. If you have a child, you want to, and that's a big thing too. If you have a child, you definitely need to sit down and have that conversation, because you never know if the father of that child will still want to be in there. Okay. Uh-oh. I got to try to figure this out, because that's from the boss lady. Something about figuring out something. I'm trying to move this thing over. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We think cheating isn't just a physical thing. It's also talking, texting, messaging other women's behind our back. Now, that is true, but not all that is true. I'm going to defend the fellas. It could be a friend. It could be somebody that, you know, approached him. But you're still wrong if you're doing that behind her back. You should let her know. That way you don't get busted like somebody we know. So we all make mistakes, man. We think it ain't that big of a mistake. And then the expectations, you should talk that down there. So once I found out that was a mistake, and that was me. It was Jennifer talking about me. I think that you have to sit back and just say, hey, look, I messed up. And don't do it again. That's all you can do. But that's the expectations of life. And you have to make sure you do it right. And then things go smooth. I just don't think men don't think like women. And I'm not going to get to that Mars and Venus and all that. I'm just going to simply say women are a lot more complex than men. Men are complex, but we're simple. You know, there's an old lady on TikTok. She said, keep a man's bellies full, his testicles empty, and that pink taco ready to go anytime he needs to. Your man won't cheat. You know, and that came from an old lady. And I don't know if y'all saw this commercial or not, but I mean her thing. But that came from an old lady, and that's the best advice I've ever heard from a woman. Other than, you know, what not to do. I'm talking about on the video from somebody I didn't know from the video. That made a lot of sense. It really did. Because if you think about it, lady, what is a men are driven. I read the other day that men weren't supposed to be with one partner. They're supposed to be, you know, multi-women, because that's what man's supposed to do according to the animal kingdom. And I'm going to tell you, dude, if you think that, boy, you're going to wake up one day with some hot water on you. Just letting you know. Yeah, that's not part of the game. That is not part of the game. I'm going to let you know that right now. That is not part of the game. So do you carry expectation into the next relationship? And I agree, cheating is more than just physical. All right, so I think so. I think you should carry it. What you learn is naturally what you always take. If you do one thing in a relationship and that didn't work, in the next relationship, you shouldn't do the same thing. They always say, if you do the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same results. That's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, but expected the same way, but expecting a different outcome. You're not going to get a different outcome. If you a cheater, you need to quit. Fellas, quit. Or don't be serious. Don't get serious with her and tell her you want to be her man and take care of her and do all these things because they listen. And when they hear that, that's what they expect. That's whatever you say to them, that's what they expect. That's exactly what they expect you to be home every night at 10 o'clock. You need to be home every night at 10 o'clock. If they expect you to come home after work and have family time, that's what they expect because that's their expectations. All little girls have their look at their daddy. Now, their daddy might not have been the best because I know I wasn't the best daddy. Well, I was the best dad. I wasn't the best husband, but I was a good daddy. I think that's what it is. People will come into a relationship demanding expectations and don't follow this themselves. That is true. What up, Newt? That is very true. That's what I was talking about. Fellas, we do it all the time. We're going to be one-on-one. We're going to do this. And next thing you know, you at a club or a party and you're like, hey, baby, how you doing? That's it. See, you're wrong right there. You shouldn't have said we're going to be just me and you in this relationship. What you should have said is, I don't want you out there fooling around, but I'm good if I go. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. Nope, you know I'm telling the truth. We all been in that. Hey, if you don't understand, you will understand when that hot water hits you at night. Or like my mom when I thought I was grown, hit me with that skillet, the little black skillet. Y'all know them cast iron skillets. I hate them things today. Ooh, I hate them things today. Need the back of the head. Whole thing. But that is very true. I don't know. So tell me, why do you think people do that? Why do people put down expectations in a relationship with the opposite sex and then don't follow it? I don't think there should marriage. There should be in a marriage, I'm sure something, or a serious relationship. We should just have fun because expectations of faithfulness in relationship does not exist. Woo, now that is somebody, I don't know if that's a female or male, but that is somebody who has probably been down the road as making stuff not working right. So I have to agree with you. Faithfulness is only as far as you can see. So fellas, if you're going to the club, take your wife or your girl with you. Then you ain't got to worry about nothing. It's from a male. Well, go ahead, bro. You 10 steps ahead of everybody. You 10 steps ahead of everybody, man. Because I don't know, either you a senior citizen or you're a young, smart cat that got your stuff together. Because, bro, I'm going to tell you right now, the average man don't even think like that. They don't even think like that. They be like, I ain't going to get caught. You know, you get caught and then somebody catch you slipping and next thing you know, life ain't what it used to be. So that's what you have to do, man. But I'm just telling you, it's messed up. Men will cheat with you at the damn party. Expectations are out the window. No, wait a minute. I'm gonna talk to that person for a moment. So you saying you at the same party? Are you talking about him flirting, or are you talking about him actually trying to do the physical stuff? Because if he's just flirting, that could be his personality. You know, I've been accused of flirting, but it's my personality. You know, you a kind of large man. I'm kind of a large man. I'm not tall, but I'm wide. And you know, and when you go places, you try to smile and be friendly because you don't want nobody to, you know, call the police on you. So you smile a little too much, you might get in trouble. But it ain't anything about cheating. Okay, I'm gonna tell your name up. Well, let me leave it on the big screen. I'm Lynette, and I agree with Danny. He's just having fun. Now that's true. That is true. If he's having fun, then he's having fun. And there's nothing more to be said about that. So why should you tell her it's one-on-one? Let her have fun. Let her have some fun. Because I'm gonna tell you what, if you at the party and you turn around your wife over there having a good time with some other fella, oh, it's gonna be some sad songs and life songs because you're gonna have your little shoulders got an attitude. You can't have an attitude, man. You can't have an attitude. I know. If you marry a beautiful woman or date a beautiful woman, you got to be smooth. I just give you some advice. Every woman that I know probably know I'm telling the truth. if I leave the table and my girl's at the table by herself and I roll back over the table and some dude is sitting down talking to her, I just reach over and grab my drink and move on. You know why? Because I understand that if he can talk to her in 15 minutes, then she was never mine. So that's it. Listen, T-Rex, flirting can lead to cheating. So expectations is not effing flirting. Okay. Now, if your boy's over there trying to get his groove on and you sitting at the table, that's a whole different ballgame. You need to, you need to go and get up in his face. Not like as man on man, but as his woman, you say, hey, this is how our relationship gonna be, and get it. Because you be too busy flirting too and just laugh out loud, grab that drink and flirt. Well, you caught me. I don't really think I be flirting. If people know me, if you know me, you know that I'm a entertainer person. I'm gonna walk around, talk to everybody, have fun. And I'm not gonna, if a woman is beautiful, but I know who she is, a lot of sorority girls I know, ladies I know, and they just, hey, yes. You flirt with us, T-Rex. I do flirt. But it's harmless. I'm not trying to get you to, do something. I just be telling you how nice you look and move on. I ain't trying to, do the do. If it, now just be honest. Maybe back in the day I was trying to do the do, but nah, not since 2021, something like that. So it's just how it is. Oh. Setting expectations is a healthy choice. Yeah, especially if you want to live a little longer, fellas. Some of these girls, they ain't taking that mess no more. Back in the day, they just throw your clothes out on the street. You be sleep back. They might super glue your thing to your leg. You never know what a girl do today. So, fellas, if you're gonna set expectations and it's gonna be a positive thing, make sure you understand it. Make sure that it's a healthy choice for you and for her, and move forward. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, with the diseases going around now, let's just be for real. Some of the women out there get fooled too and get caught up with some guy who got something he ain't supposed to pass on and pass it on. Whoa. A dog is a dog. He just dormant for the moment. That's not true. That is not true. There's once you spank your dog enough, once a dog gets spanked enough, he is obedient. Now, I just like to let you know he's obedient. He knows what he can't do and what he shouldn't do. Yeah, it's very true, sir. It is. Once you beat that dog, how do you stop your dog from peeing in the house? Can't pee, smack him on that newspaper, take him where he's supposed to pee, spank him again. That's what a man needs every time. I'm just telling you the truth. Women, y'all flirt for just fun or trying to get something, whatever. Yeah, I think women read too much into things. This is what it says. I think women read too much into things, and that's because we see things different. Because like I said, I can say hi and smile, and I'm just being polite. But if you have a history of being a cheater, your girl gonna say, "Oh, he's cheating. Look at him. He's over there doing something." So it's a win-win situation. All I can say is stay at home. Don't go nowhere. Watch TV. That's what I do. No, I'm just playing. What is an expectations if you're having each other's phone code? Should I let him have it, T-Rex? You know what? I gave my phone code away. Jennifer has my code. I don't want her to think that there's anything going on. And if anytime she wants to look at it, she can look at it. I think that's a good thing to do. If you really want her and you want her to be true to you, I think that's a good thing. Because if she gives you her number too, hold on. And don't be like some of my frat brothers have a burner. keeping your side chicks on your burner phone and you leave it somewhere. We'll come right back on that one. It might be fun.
This is Coach Abbott, head coach of Southwest Legacy, home of the Titans, and you are watching TAN TV.
My man, look at that.
So yeah, that's a good question. I would give it to her. I did already. I probably should have done that a long time ago. Maybe I wouldn't have two ex-wives. But I think back to that one question, I think after a man made enough mistakes, he changes his ways if he really wants to be in a successful relationship. Sometimes it's not as easy because your past follows you. And like I said, if you say hello in a really polite way, but you might think it's just a normal hello. She might think you're flirting. You're flirting, and you just have to buckle down and try not to be so friendly because I don't know. I don't think women today. I mean, I can't say because I don't mess with women that young, but these young women today, fellas, they got just as much game as you do. Oh, I'll be watching. I'm old, so I go to fraternity sorority parties, and I'm let you know I'll be watching. Them little girls, they know what they doing. They not no chumps, so you be careful, fellas. They ain't no chumps, man. They making money too. I'll tell you, it's rough. Okay, here we go. What is the expectations of having each other's phone? Yeah, I said that. I read it already. I would recommend you give that out. I really do. I recommend you giving that all the time because that's it. I mean, if you're in a serious relationship, you should first and most, other than love and respecting that person, it should be trust. Trust is probably right after love and respect. There's trust. Women don't delete. Okay, I'm sorry. Women don't delete shit out their phones. That's why their asses don't have burners. Their asses don't have burners. Woo, that is true. Women hold on to some stuff because women get receipts. Oh, they say, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. It says women be deleting shit. They don't need burner phones. That's a paraphrase. That's what they said. I was trying to read something else. That's because they smarter than us. I don't care if you got a PhD and you a nerd and you married to another nerd, she's still smarter than you because they study us. We don't study women. Come on, fellas. We look at 3, maybe 4 parts of a woman to determine that's the one for me. Okay. And then we go after it. Women, nah, they all got a checklist. I don't care what they say. They got a checklist. Doom, doom, doom. Got to have 6 figures. Got to do this. Got to do that. Got to have all this tea. That's what they do. Men don't have secret damn. Yeah, they got apps on their phones with secrets that you can't get into. But if you see it, then you should know, hey, why is this a secret app? I'm telling you, fellas, these ladies ain't taking games no more. So, back when my dad was a young player, they was doing hot grease and grits on them. Check the emails also. Yeah, you need to check the emails. I'm telling you. I don't care. She goes through my phone because I'm retired. I sleep most of the day anyway. So she knows the code. She can go through my phone. I ain't got nothing to hide because if it is something in there, we both need to see it because I ain't seen it. How about just trusting your partner? You know what's wrong with that? Just trusting your partner. I'll tell you what's wrong with that. Trusting your partner is bad because they hold on, I'm doing something else. Because they I don't know, here we go. They where was I at? Okay. Because man, we don't pay attention. Look, I lost my train of thought trying to fix the computer. We do not pay attention. So I'm gonna tell you, what should you trust? Well, how about just trust? It's hard. It's hard because let's be for real, fellas. Every woman's looking to upgrade. Let's be for real. It was in that one movie. I forgot the movie. Oh, that's the song. You pushing fries, whatever that song was. He said, but you know, that one girl stuck with him. Now he's rich, and all the other girls said, oh, he was a bum. So you might be just making enough money to get by, but you still, you know, getting your career on board. No matter what age, you still getting your career on board, and you got a goal to make. And so that's really up to a lady to trust you and make sure that's what, you know, she really wants to be with you. She don't want to be with you. She gonna move on. If she find somebody that's got a little bit better, got a better car, better house, better job, better benefits, yeah, it'd be kind of hard. It'd be kind of hard. And it'd be kind of hard. The same thing for the fella. You know, you run across somebody with all those criteria. It's kind of hard to walk away if you ain't got them. So the best thing to do is try to get them yourself so that you have them. That's what you should do. I'm just telling you, you heard it here. So that's what I believe. So I might not be the smartest cabbage on the patch, but I try to be. But damn, you know, why women delete stuff from the phone? Oh, that's what I'm trying to figure out. That one caught me a minute ago. Why are they do women, you know, fool around? Well, if you heard this topic of the story, yeah, they do fool around. But women fool around a little different. While somebody's going to type me another question, I'm going to say that women cheat on a different level. Your woman just ain't going to go out there and cheat because she ain't got nothing better to do. She's out there cheating because she's proving a point to you. And 9 times out of 10, it's somebody that you know that they cheat with so that it'll get back to you so they can say, yeah, I can cheat just like you can cheat. Because, fellas, I'm going to tell you one thing about a woman. They know if you're cheating. They know if you cheat. They ain't got to go old school and check your underwear. They ain't got to do all that. They ain't got to go out and sniff your clothes when you come in. They don't do all that stuff no more. What they do is they had a girlfriend out there. And you might not know that girlfriend, but she know you. You come back, you all thinking you done got away, and she done got 900 texts from all her girlfriends telling what you done. So, and that's a man, because we don't pay attention to our surroundings unless it's dangerous. So if we think we the hunter, it ain't that dangerous. So I'm telling you, fellas, quit. It's not that big of a thing. Don't do it. Don't do it. And so back to physical cheating and mental cheating. So what the ladies are saying, fellas, is that they don't want you smiling at women. You can't be friendly. Is that what you're saying? Women don't. Somebody said it at the top. Jennifer said it again. Women do delete things on their phone. Yes, they do. Y'all be deleting things on your phone. Might not be no text messages and stuff, but y'all be deleting stuff on your phone. I'll let you know you do. You know. And you can't be mad at it. Maybe playing the game your husband, boyfriend, or whatever is playing. You know, games, man. I mean, you know, this all comes down to one of my, rest in peace, one of my big brothers, Wilt Chamberlain. Jennifer always says, Wilt Chamberlain said one thing that stuck to me and it sticks in her mind all the time. I'd rather have sex with one woman 1,000 times than 1,000 women one time. So just for a moment, pause and think about that, fellas. Think about that right there. That's deep. That means he had all the sex he wanted, but he didn't have no intimacy, no love, no respect, none of that things that you get when you at home. We take it for granted. Oh, that's what she's supposed to do. No, it's not what she's supposed to do. That's what she wants to do. She wants to treat you like, you know, she's seen her mama treat her daddy. She wants to treat you like you the king of the house. Come in the house, dinner's ready. You just got to sit down. She bring it to you. Tell her kids to get to the table and eat, and there you go. She's handling her job. If she's handling her job, bro, quit. quit, take your butt home, stay with mama. That's all I can say. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Will Chamberlain had something in that thought he said. And if you read the underlying thing is, it's just sex, man. It ain't no relationship. Here we are. I don't know how old we are as a man. I'm an old man. And you sit there thinking you're trying to conquer all the sex you can. No, you can't. No, you can't. And you shouldn't be out there doing it. You shouldn't be out there really doing it. And you married and trying to hook up with somebody else's wife. You shouldn't do that. There should be common respect. Now, people say, "But T-Rex, did you do that?" Yeah, I can honestly, I never slept with my friends, my frat brothers, obviously my family members. I never tried to sneak around their back, because that's nasty, and that causes problems. And cheating is a big problem. So expectations, cheating is a big problem. Now, I got a question for y'all. Do you expect money, compensation, as not as a gift or anything, but when you sit down and talk about your expectations, because you have future goals. If you get married young, you're living in a one or two bedroom apartment. Your goal is to get a small house and go from small house to the last house. You get a bigger house, that'd be your last house. So you got to have goals in relationships. And when you sit down and talk about expectations, that's what you should do. If you tell your girl she's okay being a housewife, don't get mad if you ain't making enough money. You need to get a better job, because women are expensive. They're expensive. They're expensive. They like little trinkets every now and then, just so you love them. If you think I'm playing, all you got to do is catch one of them sisters out there walking around. They got them big old, what they call them, jumbo bands. I don't know what they call them, but they bangles or whatever. They had like 10, 20 on each arm, diamonds all around their head and stuff, carrying a Gucci purse. Woo, dog. So if you're making $1.25 an hour, that's not the woman for you. Your expectations are real low compared to her expectations, because you gotta keep her in that lifestyle. And if you think I'm lying, when you go to meet her parents, her daddy will tell you, "Boy, I hope you got a lot of money, because that's one that's expensive." That's what you have to hear. And if you don't, I don't know. I'll just get it to you. I don't know. But you gotta have those conversations. Because if we don't have those conversations, it just ain't gonna work. I don't care who you are or what sex you may be. It just ain't gonna work. You gotta have your stuff together. You gotta have it together. And just for IE, Jennifer made that I agree flirty is, and she put in large caps, not harmless. So apparently I got some expectations, me personally. So I have to make sure I understand that. But don't stretch it out now, fellas. Smile hello, I don't think it's anything. But just make sure your partner don't think it's anything either. Just say, just let it go. There's nothing wrong being nice. I don't think you should flirt, period. Ooh. So, okay, now that could be the understanding. When I say I'm out having a good time, laughing, joking with the girls, I'm not trying to pick them up. They just girls that are my friends, or a lady that I just met and I'm communicating with. But it's nothing going on. It assumes to be flirting, but we laughing and giggling because we talking. That's not what I'm talking about. But flirting, now that's a big question. So, okay, amen. Jennifer said amen. What do you think is flirting? If he's just over there talking to a woman, that's just a conversation. If he smiles at somebody, that's just a smile. Flirting is trying to get something in return, a phone number, some other, maybe a little smooch or something. But if he's just having a regular conversation, that's me personally. I don't trip if Jennifer's over here talking to some guy, I don't trip. You know, I don't trip. Like I said before, she's my wife, or somebody can take her in 5 minutes, and I never had it before. There's so many levels to flirting. So just don't flirt. Whew. I didn't know that. I thought there was only 2 levels of flirt. You flirting to be cute and funny, or you flirting to try to get some sex. That's it. That's how men think. They think that way. We don't have all those complication things that y'all go through. You know, that's probably why there's so many divorces and so much arguing, because we don't have the same dialogue on that flirting. So that's a good thing to do when you have your expectations, is to tell them, what level of flirting are you gonna do? Just stay your ass in the corner, laugh out loud. That's my or be like, you know, one thing I'm gonna tell you. When I was a youngster, we still was going to fraternity parties, and I see my old frat brothers sitting on the corner the whole time next to his wife. His foot may be tapping to the music, but he ain't dancing. You know why? Because his wife, he know her expectation of what flirting is. And that's it. Nuke, tell him, we've been flirting since kindergarten. That is true. That is true. I know I have. I you know, commercial. Thank God we got a commercial. But you're right, Nuke. You're right. We've been flirting since elementary school.
Two Dogs Sports Show. We back, baby. Drone and Yo. You ready to go? Then let's start the show. Two Dogs are back with a brand new season. Yeah, you know the reason. Sports talk, flavor, got that extra season. Drone and Yo, stay on the go.
What it do, baby? What it do? It's football season, baby, and y'all know what time it is. It is week 1 college football, and it's about to go down. Drone is back, baby. Let's get it.
Big dog, he got it going on. Now, I just read something, Jennifer. She said, I'm a smart man. You know what flirting is. Yeah, but I kind of agree. I'm not like a super intelligent. I got a degree, but I'm not that top of the class, you know. Not me. I was too busy having fun in college. Flunked out a couple times. Hey. No, T-Rex, you guys aren't dumb. Yes, we're not. Men aren't dumb. But we don't always think with that big head. And that's what gets men in trouble. So, yes, that's what gets men in trouble. They start thinking that little head. So, I try to leave little head at home or in the purse. That way I ain't get my butt in trouble. But that don't always work. That don't always work. You can just say hi and your voice didn't sound normal and they may think that's flirting. I don't know. I don't know exactly what they mean by flirting, but I'm sure after this, I'm going to understand it in the beginning when I go out there. Men will lie to you to your face, even if that one is of expectations to not lie. Well, I don't know. Okay, I'm at the defend the fellas. That could be just negotiation, trying to figure out, you said this is flirting and he didn't do that. But expectations. The problem with expectations, they're on you, but they're not your expectations. They're your mate expectations, not yours. So if your mate says, don't smile and don't wave at women, just being friendly, and you do, then in her book, you are cheating. You are flirting with danger. It's not a lie, not negotiable. It's not. So I think you probably should sit down and talk and figure it out. Hey, what do you, because I'm sure if I walk in another room right now, I'm gonna get a list about this high on what flirting is. You know. So, you know, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So don't. You know, I'd rather you be looking around like you a chump than come visit you because you know you're in the hospital and she broke one of your legs or something with the car hit you. So I'm just saying, perception is everything. If we women think you are flirting, you are flirting. That's from Jennifer. And I'm gonna let you know, That's like I said before. You straighten that out. You need to straighten that out beforehand. So there's a lot of things that you need to straighten out. Obviously, me too. But that's just part of life. We learn every day. And my biggest thing I deal today is I can't worry about what I did yesterday. I just got to make sure I don't repeat myself today and do the same thing wrong. And I try to do that. And that keeps me afloat and happy at home. And as they say, happy wife, happy life. I never thought about that. But, fellas, yeah, they happy. You happy. You can say what you want, but they got what you want, and you got to go through them to get it. So I just want you to know, perception is everything. And trust me, you remember your mama, fellas, I'm talking to the fellas right now. You remember your mama can sit somewhere and not have her eyes on you, but know you're doing something wrong? So do they. I don't know if they born with that sixth sense, or do they just figure it out as life goes on? I don't know. But I do know they have that power. I think my youngest granddaughter, Jasmine, got that kind of power, because she'll look at me and go, Papa, and I just give what she wants. They already they trick us. They know they won't. They got that perception. So just, fellas, be careful, man. Sit down with her today. Ask her what she think is flirty. I'm gonna do that. And I hope to be here next week if I don't get murdered. Y'all heard it here first. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, you gotta do that, man. I think that's a hard thing to discuss. Women know what they want to do. And the bad thing about a woman, she'll know. You're stupid, but talking to a woman, you don't even know she's flirting with you, but your woman knows she's flirting with you because she know what a woman do to flirt. But they don't tell us that. We be laughing and joking, it ain't nothing going on. Next thing you know she was trying to get your phone number. Oh, she didn't ever ask for it. She was hoping for it. Oh, come on. It's that perception that they have. And I'm sure they right. So all I can say, fellas, is we damned if we do, we damned if we don't. So you are the own master of your universe, fellas. You can have a nice universe, or you can be paying alimony. Yes, that's the problem with life. So don't get married. Just be honest with them. Hey, I just want to have fun. I call you next week. You want to go out? We go out. If we don't. Hey. And if she's just that B call, let her know. I don't mind you dating, but I call you maybe around 11 o'clock. Can I come over? Hey, she go, yeah, because you might be serving a purpose for her too. But make sure you understand that, because we don't understand that. I'm gonna tell you what the fellas don't understand. They get caught up in that macho stuff, like, hey, I got 7 women, blah blah. No, bro, you got a wife and 2 kids. You need to be at home. But you out there talking about, I got this, I got that. Pull up in your nice BMW, and old girl at the house holding the weight down with her money. You just rolling on and looking nice. Come on, fellas. We know what attracts women, shiny things, man. We know. That's why we get them. We don't buy a car just to have a car. Maybe we was young, because if you was still in high school, a car is something nice to have. But as you get older, you look for cars, that kind of that sex appeal. And then, because women like shiny objects. That's why they go shopping to the mall all the time. That's why when you see them, they all blinged out. They like shiny things. And the more expensive that shiny thing is, the more they look at you. Trust me. I'm not going to go into it. My new car is my car. It goes fast. She's got her own. Ooh, you got a vet too? Did you get a vet? I got a 06. It's old, those 07. It goes. Yeah, my car is my car. Well, now that's that's a difference now. I'll tell you. Yeah, she got her car, she got yours. But I'm gonna tell you what, one of these days you're gonna go hang out with the boys and they gonna pick you up, you're gonna roll with them, and she gonna drive your car. Why? Just to see if some other women say something to them. So be careful on that one too, man. Be careful on that. Because it goes fast. Yeah, they go fast. But they got their game too, man. Trust me. They roll around in your car, going to the park or wherever everybody's hanging out, the mall, whatever, you know. And they do that. That's what they do. And then you come home and who is Shirley? Oh no. Come on, we know we don't remember names. But, bruh, my car is mine. I hope she have a nice car. Because if hers is a bucket, she gonna be driving your car real fast. I'm pretty sure it ain't a bucket if you got a car to go real fast. You took care of your woman. You don't want your woman riding around in the middle of the night, breaking down, coming home from somewhere, and you got to get up and go get her. No, you don't want that kind of issue. So don't do it. Yeah, I bought. Oh, see, now he bought his boo a Jag. I ain't mad at you, dog. I ain't mad at you. That's mad love. That's mad love. I ain't mad at you. I drive a Pinto, 74 Pinto. That's what I drive. I'm telling you, that's what I drive. That's all I can afford. I ain't even got a car right now. My car locked in the back gate with the fuse broke. I can't even pull it out to drive somewhere until the fuse come tomorrow. She sees all I'm sorry. She has always given me my expectations. Yep. See, now you are probably one in that 1% of men that listen and understand their expectations. Bruh, I'm pretty sure you got a lovely marriage or relationship going on with that woman, because if she give you her expectations, you do. We're grown, dog. And I know you living the good life, man. You living that good life. Don't. You already know what to do. You happy. You need to come on here and preach to some of these young cats and let them understand what they got to do. Retire. Hey, I'm with you. I'm retired too. But I'm only 35 years old. No, I'm retired, man. I retired from the military and the railroad. So hey, life is good, man. You just gotta relax and enjoy it. I'm not trying to. I like what Will Chamberlain said. I got a one. I can do that 1,000 times. I don't need 1,000 to do one time. I'm good with that. Now, when I was younger and stupid, I'd probably go the other way. I was in the Navy. I did submarines, man. I was on submarines for 10 years, something like that. So yeah, that's life, man. That's life. Money, still rolling in. You sitting on your butt getting paid. I ain't mad at you, because I'm doing the same thing. And that's what women should look at. Women look at that too, fellas. Don't think they don't. They sitting there looking at, hey, is he gonna be a good provider? You know, you got to answer those questions. You can't sit at home playing video games, especially young men. You can't play video games and your wife out working. You're supposed to be watching the kids and they tearing up the house. And she got to come home and clean the house because you ain't getting up to play video games. Bro, that ain't gonna last long. I'm telling you, young fella, that ain't gonna last long. You got to get off your butt, take care of those kids, make sure that house is clean, and then life will be better for you. But hey, it's hard, man. It's hard. Oh, you retired engineer. Okay, is that like a railroad engineer or build shit engineer? You know, like bridges, houses, you know, designer and stuff, you know, because that engineer go a long way, man. But whatever it is, I'm sure you have to build this shit. Yeah. Yeah, I can see why you sit in the hole. You drive by the buildings and they say, look, baby, I made that one, I made that one, I made that one. Well, I'm proud of you, bro. Because some of us can't build shit. We just shit. So my hat's off to you, brother. You and your woman, y'all having a blessed life, man. And she doesn't care that she can't drive. But she still can't drive my car. I tell you what you do. I did this, buy a stick. They can't drive a stick. Buy a stick and keep your other car with you at all times. That's what I do. I drive that big old thingamajigger every day. I'm not trying to floss, but that's what I drive in. And my vet's a spot is a 6B. Not too many women can jump behind that puppy and get it going. Whoa, he said, nah, she can drive a stick. But then maybe she don't want to drive your car. Maybe your car make too much noise. She got to adjust the seat every time she get in there. Hey, that's good though. That's independence. Nah, she just tired. Yeah. Nah, she just tired. Hey, you probably wore that woman out, man. Y'all was a young couple. I can imagine the things you was doing. Nah, non-negotiable expectations. I think that's what should be in the conversation when you talk. You just said the whole thing. Non-negotiable expectation. That should be the new phrase. So life is about having fun. That is true. But when you sit down with your significant other, you should put that in there because that's the best. You can see them engineers, they ain't done. That's the best thing they can say. Non-negotiable expectation. It ain't non-negotiable. It ain't non-negotiable. So, hey, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. That's how it is. And that's life. And you got it, bro. You got it. You should go down to the barbershop. Well, if you got hair like mine, you ain't at the barbershop. But maybe get your goatee or your beard trimmed up. And speak to young fellas, man. 'Cause these young fellas don't know it. I know a ton of my young nukes, man. They got a beautiful wife, nice home, and they still out there doing what they do. I know she be flirting in that Jag. They do. Because we as men, we been damn. We say two things. She got a good job or she got a good husband. That's what we say. That's what we say. Jen drives in the Range Rover Sport, and she drives that thing like a sports car. I got a Pinto, man, a 74 Pinto. That's what I got. She driving all over town. So, yeah, I know how it is, man. Because I'm women the Jags, and they pull next to me and look at me, and they're like, that's the best car you can afford. I go, baby, I'm poor. That's why I'm here, because I'm poor. No, I'm not playing. All right, y'all, I got about 5 minutes left. I'm going to give a shout out to, back again to Marie and her family. My condolences. When you lose one of the matriarchs of your family, your mother, it's hard. It's hard. I'm not saying daddy's is easy, but it's really hard losing your mom because she's the one that nurtured you and got you. And when you was in trouble, she saved you from that butt whooping. So, just you got to do what you got to do with mom, man. I'm telling you. My boy Vance, I've been knowing Vance since 7th grade, so we was 12. And his mom is still the same, sweet as pie. But she don't take no mess. Still don't take no mess. So that's day. What am I doing for Labor Day? I'm probably gonna sit out front on the swing and smoke a cigar and drink a glass of wine. All them holidays ain't much, man. But I want y'all to be safe out there. Remember, while you out there tonight and tomorrow night, there are people out there who can't hold their liquor or their drugs. So please be safe. With I'm gonna say to the world, be nice, everybody. We'll see you next week. I hope the ladies be back. I'm not for sure. If not, fellas, I'll be giving a couple of y'all a call so y'all come on with me so I don't be by myself. I call a couple of people. I call a couple of Qs a day to get a different specs because, them Qs them dogs, man. But I ain't mad at them. I'll let them do their thing. But we're going to be here next week. Same time, same station. So, and Denise is out doing something. I ain't going to say nothing negative about Denise because I'll be seeing her in October. She's a sucker puncher. So. I'm not gonna say anything. Denise, you tell all the time you want, girl. All the time you want. Cause she probably out there in them little shorts. And if you ever seen Denise's legs, dude. Anyway, she ain't here to defend herself. So thanks for watching TAN TV, the African American Network. We have a local feel of global reach. I'm T. Rex, and we just had Out of Bounds. I'm always out of bounds. Today, we're way out of bounds. All right, producer, when you're ready to take us away, deuces, people.